Get our top stories in a moment, but first, the Sunday Times is reporting today that Public Protector Busisiwe Mkhwebane has widened her probe into President Cyril Ramaphosa's campaign funds. Mkhwebane has been investigating DA leader Mmusi Maimane's complaint about Bosasa's R500,000 donation toward Ramaphosa's ANC presidential campaign in 2017. Now, it's emerged the Public Protector is also looking at other funds to the tune of R400 million and possibly money laundering. Sunday Times journalist Kanita Hunter worked on the story. Kanita joining us live by phone from Johannesburg this Sunday afternoon. Kanita, thank you for your time. So how did we go from the Bosasa donation investigation, R500,000, to now this broader probe into money to the tune of 400 million?
Well, Busisiwe Mkhwebane has been doing an investigation into Mmusi Maimane's complaint about this donation, and she asked witnesses that had given affidavits, in this matter. For example, James Moklatsi, a friend of President Cyril Ramaphosa, who said it was him who was, leading the fundraising for Ramaphosa's CR17 campaign. And she asked him, who are the other donors? And they obviously refused to disclose who the other donors were. And that is when Mkhwebane decided to subpoena 3 bank accounts, Temekile, that were linked to the CR17 campaign. One was an ABSA bank account, and that was a trust account. One was a standard bank account, and the third was the bank account of the Cyril Ramaphosa Foundation. And now she's asking Ramaphosa to answer, what this 400 million rand was for.
Mm. And Kanisa, how much information is available about the particular transactions that are now deemed to be rather curious from these 3 bank accounts?
Well, obviously, this information was subpoenaed by the Public Protector. She has that information, which is why she issued a Section 79 notice on Ramaphosa to say that he's implicated and gave him a list of questions to now answer. So she would have put it to the president, to say, explain these donations. We understand that the presidency is of the view that 400 million rand, not all of it was for the campaign, but obviously they will have to make that case to Busisiwe Mkhwebane. They've asked her for an extension. The initial deadline was, a few weeks ago. She gave them a deadline up until Friday, and they asked for a further deadline. And the presidency is saying now that they want to give a comprehensive response to the questions that have been asked by Mkhwebane. Now, the reason why this is this sort of, with eyebrows or just is concerning is, firstly, there is no particular rules about raising money for political campaigns in South Africa. So that's the first bit of it. And then the second bit of it is now the Public Protector's assertion that from what she sees in those transactions, which no one else has had sight of, she believes it is tantamount to money laundering. And if the president is found to have been involved in money laundering, obviously it may not have any good consequences for him.
Mm. What a lot of us will be wanting to know, Kanita, is who the money came from.
So that's what the campaign, that's what Mkhwebane is privy to, and we're not privy to, because we did not subpoena the bank accounts. We know that she has made the conclusion that this 400 million, and it's a combined 400 million rand coming from different donations. I spoke to James Moklatsi, who was part of the campaign, and he said they kept the people who donated, to the campaign anonymous, because they didn't want the president to know it all, because it would have posed a conflict for him. He also said to me that people donated, hundreds of rands, others donated millions of rands. So it was a mixed campaign of people and business people who donated to this campaign, and they insist that it was not nefarious in any way. We've never, both for political parties and political candidates, have gotten to who actually bankrolled their campaigns. And if Mkhwebane releases this information, Tembekile, I think it will sort of change the way campaigning is done both the ANC and in South Africa. But I do think that, Ramaphosa has to answer Mkhwebane's question, particularly if she believes that there was some sort of, that it wasn't just innocent donations made to a political campaign that had, like, quote-unquote, nothing to do with him. But if she believes that the sort of the movement of money, shows some sort of behavior or money laundering traits. But the other issue, Thembekile, what you can't discount from this conversation is that while this investigation, and this very important investigation, is taking place, and the Public Protector is making these kind of, discoveries and subpoenaing bank accounts, etc., there is obviously this cloud that's hanging over her with a previous court judgments against her. So it will be interesting to see how the presidency treats this report, considering the fact that the Public Protector may face Parliament quite soon.
So is it too soon then, Kanita, just lastly, to say that this donation issue will become to Cyril Ramaphosa what Nkandla was to Jacob Zuma?
So it seems that way, Thembekile, and the reality is we know that opposition party leaders are not going to let this matter go. We aren't sure, obviously, what Mkhwebane will say in her final report, but we do know in her preliminary report there is, finding that he misled Parliament, and that he that inadvertently misled Parliament, and then also the finding of possible money laundering. And these are significant findings. Despite the fact that the presidency and those who were in the campaign repeatedly said under oath and in the media that the president had nothing to do with this money and had nothing to do with the campaign, they obviously will have to, have trying to create that kind of assertion to the Public Protector that the president had nothing to do with it. All he did wrong was make a mistake and answer the wrong question. But I do think that this will obviously pose some sort of political consequences for the president. No doubt, there's already talks on how to deal with the report once it comes out. There's different opinions from different political leaders within Ramaphosa's allies on how to deal with the matter. Some saying that it immediately needs to be taken on review, which presumably will be the case. But the other revelation in that story is, from Ramaphosa's longtime friend, James Mutlati, who says he personally went to Gavin Watson, the Busasa boss, and asked him for a donation. So it sort of just brings out more information on this scenario that has been playing out since November last year.
Okay. Kanita Hunter, journalist of the Sunday Times, thank you.